in this next video, I want to talk about the after effects of suddenly being booted out of that religion. And for me, I guess it will be very different than someone who had been completely wrapped up in the religion and was fully a member and then was disfellowshipped for something that they'd done. Because I had made steps towards leaving for around 2 years before actually getting disfellowshipped, and so my disfellowshipping was a lot easier on me than it has been on other people and how it could have gone. So I'm very lucky for that. That doesn't mean that it wasn't hard. I think at any point when family members or friends that you've had for life tell you that they can't see you anymore and that they love you but they can't spend any time with you or ever talk to you again, it's always going to be difficult, and yes, it was, and I still think, sorry, sorry, I miss, I didn't think that was going to happen. Excuse me. I know that the religion is really important to them and it probably provides them with a lot of happiness. I feel deeply sad that they're still there. But that's just kind of normal, I guess. I guess that's normal human emotions. You wouldn't expect someone to lose contact with people that they loved and have spent their whole... Like, I was, 23 when I left. And so that's a lifetime of getting to know people and having friends that you stop seeing. And I do worry about these people that, I just want to know what they're up to. They might be married, they might have children now. And I wouldn't know, and so that's... And when you've got best friends, you do just say things like, I'll love you forever no matter what, I'll always be here for you. And I really believed that with my friends and don't have that. It does hurt and it's pretty sad. Yeah, my mum, I guess that's another kettle of fish altogether in another aspect, because it still hurts when your mum loses their relationship with you over something like this as well. But my mum has a tendency to make me incredibly angry because the relationship that I've had with her has not been in the same vein as the relationship that I lost with my best friends. Was I don't see them anymore and I haven't seen them since the day that I got disfellowshipped, and so I have no contact with them whatsoever. So talking about my mum, she's made things really incredibly difficult for me, and I think that is helping me process the fact that I don't really have a mum anymore. She's actively tried to indoctrinate my 2 children to become Jehovah's Witnesses, and she has severely hurt their mental health in doing so. When I couldn't speak to my mum anymore, she requested that she still had contact with the children. I had a new baby at this point and a 4-year-old. So she wanted to spend 1 day a week with my 4-year-old girl, just hanging out. And I said, yeah, absolutely, that's fine. And I also said, but if you're going to hang out with her, just don't bring the religion into it, because she's going to have a difficult enough time now anyway, because it's difficult probably having your family feeling so divided. So at least just make it normal if you're going to spend time with her. She didn't. She went over the top in telling Tiffany, my daughter, that I would probably die at Armageddon and everyone that didn't worship God would die at Armageddon, and that her job as a granny was to make sure that we all became Jehovah's Witnesses, because that's the only way all of us will survive, and the end is coming and it's really scary. Obviously at 4, my daughter would be like, why are you bad, Mum? Why are you not a Jehovah's Witness? If you could be a Jehovah's Witness, we'd all be a happy family, everything would be great. She didn't understand the weight of things. She told her teachers at school that I was being influenced by Satan the devil, and that made them feel concerned. And so I had to eventually say that unless I could be there to supervise the contact and hear what was being said and be able to step in to, provide Tiffany with a different viewpoint, that she couldn't see her. And obviously my mum would never choose to come here and spend any time in my company. And so that meant that she wouldn't ever come here and spend time with the kids. And so if that meant she couldn't see them. That was my mum's choice. That's the choice she had. She could come here and spend time with them. She wouldn't even have to talk to me. I just said, as long as I can supervise and hear what's going on, then that's fine. But she just wouldn't want to be anywhere near me, and so chose not to. But then when my children went to stay at their dad's house, because me and my husband had separated, my mum would contact him and request visitation behind my back, and that went on for some time as well. And I've told her repeatedly, please don't do it. Don't see them without my permission. Come and see them here in my home, but not behind my back. And she's never listened. She's continued to visit them, to indoctrinate them, and to tell them that it's super important that they become Jehovah's Witnesses, and try and get me to become one as well. And it's, it's been really difficult, I think, because I can't stand seeing my daughter being so confused and upset and wanting to believe in God and wanting to live forever. And, they're offered things that I can't offer Tiff, unfortunately. Like my mum would say, you'll see all the dead loved ones again. Granny, your great granny will come back to life and everyone will be young. There'll be no sickness, no pain, no suffering. We really have to get there. This world is so bad. Just look at the news. There's death, murder. This is all but Satan's world. Everything is terrible. You need to be a Jehovah's Witness. It's really serious. And Tiff's just like so frightened that it's all true, and so upset that I might be leading her towards destruction. And so this is why I think I don't miss my mum as much as I probably would if I just didn't ever have to see her again. She can choose to put God above her children if that's what she wants to do. But I don't think that she should try and put God between me and my children. And that's something that she absolutely is doing and will continue to do for the rest of her life on this earth. I find it difficult that she continues to have such a negative impact in my life and such a negative impact in my daughter's life. And so I'm happy for Tiff to find her own path. I'm just frightened of the path that my mum is trying to force her to go down behind my back without my permission. I just don't feel that that's right. But as a Jehovah's Witness, she's completely backed by the organisation to do everything that she's doing.